Hey, day 6 of 22 Connect. I'm on the mend, so I'm feeling good. So, let's talk today about being busy versus finding purpose and how that's helped in what increment towards alleviating my depressive symptoms and getting me to a really good place. So, the first is like the being busy part. So when I was in, that pit of depression, it was this overwhelming sandwich of emotions, which I think I might tackle tomorrow. And I was completely overwhelmed and I just shut down. So coming out of the depression, I started to feel things and that was very uncomfortable. So I think people do the best that they can with what they know. And then when they know better, they do better. And I'm very grateful that I didn't get like all of these lessons over the last 22 years all at once, because that would have been too much. I would have been like, oh my gosh. So I've heard it described as peeling back the layers of peeling back the onion. So I only get as much as I can handle at a time. So basically these feelings are happening, these thoughts, it's incredibly painful. I don't know how to deal with it. And a lot of people numb out and, drugs, alcohol, whatever, and no judgment at all. Trust me, trust and believe. I tried so hard between college and living in the French Quarter when I was 18, 19 years old and being in the Navy. I tried really hard to develop a drinking problem. It just didn't stick. That was not something I was successful at. This wine collection back here never really changes anymore. It's almost more like hoarding. Anyway, so I no judgment on that at all. But what I did instead to numb out is I was busy. So if it was, I'm going to make plans with people and I'm going to be out of the house, I'll be either at work or with people all the time. Or I am going to work out obsessively. At one point, I got down to, I think it was like 12% body fat. And I had like an 8-pack and like my butt was like 2 feet higher than it is right now. And it was all cut down. I mean, it was, woo! It was on point. But like, that's what I did, that's all I did. And which is fine. It got me through that period of time. But what I know for myself is that like at one point I did animal rescue for like 30 years and I had I think 25 or 30 animals at my house at one point. And we're talking like horses and goats and all this kind of stuff. And I used to joke around about if my plate wasn't overwhelmed, I wasn't doing enough. And that was how I operated. I stayed busy so that I didn't have to feel anything. And I could focus on you, or I could focus on the animals, or I could focus on, the whatever. So finding purpose. For me, a lot of it had to do with, I had to learn how to slow down a little bit and get more comfortable with myself and with sitting with myself and with feeling all of my feelings and understanding that even if I'm uncomfortable, like I've never died from being uncomfortable. That hasn't happened for me. So, and over time, as I sit with those uncomfortable feelings, and for me, I journal about them just to get them out, or I'll share them with somebody who's safe and maybe reason them out. And I'll talk about that some more too, about finding your safe people and who's appropriate to share with. But finding my purpose is really when all the busy stuff didn't work for me anymore. And I said, okay, this isn't working anymore. I'm very uncomfortable. I know that I have to do things that make me happy. I know that I have to do things, the long-lasting benefits for me is if I'm working for a purpose. So for me, there are things that are very important to me. One of those is mentoring kids. The other is volunteer work with veteran organizations or with animal rescue organizations. And I try to find opportunities to do those things. What I also find as far as a purpose in my life is to continually be improving myself and doing so emotionally, spiritually, physically, and also intellectually. So that leads me to make sure that I invest in my relationships with friends and family, that I, get in touch with who I call God, the universe, on a regular basis, that I'm currently enrolled in a master's program because it's important for me to learn. It's important for me to exercise my brain. And also I'm studying leadership, which applies to my job, because just like I would ask my technicians to stay sharp and improve their skills over time, I need to be able to be walking the same path and walk the talk, as I like to say. So that for me is kind of the difference between just being busy and finding purpose, because there are things that I can do that when I get really clear on what that purpose is, I can pick and choose those things that get me closer to my goals. And that's what I found gives me a peaceful satisfaction, and not just a numbing, running away, make this stop kind of frenetic energy. So I've been putting in the comments is to my page on YouTube, because all of the videos are there. This is Coffee or Die. This is from Black Rifle Coffee Company. So they have some swag with some t-shirts and some ball caps and all that kind of stuff. But really their main product is like super awesome coffee. So if you're interested, I'll put the link for them in there also down in the comments. And I hope you have a wonderful day and that you connect with somebody. And maybe it's me. Take care. Bye-bye.